We see our story continue with the three hot elves who have come to destroy the elf village, standing saying, "Damn, a stupid annoying barrier." We see there's one elf who was caught in the crossfire who is scared and worried, but our hero, the one with the mighty rod, is there waiting and protecting the village and the hot elf as he stares down the three hot elves of the dark faction. They are named Delva the War Maiden, the hot dark elf with massive melons in the middle. To the left, the super big melon elf named Misery the Dark Magician, and then the smirking one with her tongue out like she really enjoys this thing. Or maybe she's eyeing up the hero, as she's named Elda the General. Damn, if I was being stared down by these three, I'd probably just surrender and hope they dominate me all day long as their slave. Ahem, moving on. Got ahead of myself there. We see the hero is protecting the village from these mighty big melon girls. We see the hero is telling the girl to run and get Noel's help while he holds them off, being a true hero. We see the one elf has fallen for him like, "Oh my Messiah, so mighty and strong." As the big melon dark magician smirks, and oh boy, if you could see the scene that occurs with those massive melons being shoved in your face, crikey I say. But unfortunately, here on YouTube, you missed the juicy big scene as she's like, "Oh, so you're the mighty Messiah we've been hearing about," as she stares at him deeply. She goes, "Going against Misery is imprudent," and lifts up her staff, activating some sort of spell. She shoots a massive snake out of her staff as she aims at the hero, who flinches as he doesn't move, intending to take this attack head on. However, some sort of magic pillar blocks the attack, shocking everyone, but of course it's the mighty Null who came to rescue the hero. She's like, "Meh, what a weakling, you can't even hit him with that attack, haha." We see the War Maiden elf is like, "Damn, this isn't good. Anyway, we're retreating," but Elda is shocked, like, "What? But we just started." But she doesn't care, as they just instantly vanish. Damn, cool magic, no activation whatsoever. They just poofed. We see the hero is sweating bullets like, "We're saved now, right? Surely?" But some sort of magic evil crow goes, "Foolish humans? Listen here. Tonight will be the darkest night of them all. If you don't come and see us alone tonight, it will end miserably for you and your foolish village. We will obliterate your puny village if you don't heed our commands. Make sure to take that to heart all night, heh." As we see, they spend the day thinking it over, discussing what they plan to do next, as they can tell that these three elves are extremely determined this time, and will actually obliterate the village if they don't listen. We see their goal is the Messiah, as they want his mighty rod and power all to themselves. As we see, Noel is a bit upset and angry that they have dragged the Messiah into this dispute, being like, "I really never meant to drag you into this. Yeah, sure, didn't bring him here to save the village or nothing. Just expected him to provide his seed to all the villages." The hot blonde elf then thinks that the dark elves could have been born from the holy power of the holy tree, just like the normal elves were. As we see, the holy power is weakening and their lust and drive is returning. So maybe the same thing is happening to the dark elves. That's why they want the mighty Messiah. As she's like, "I really don't think those elves won't be a match for the mighty hero's mighty rod if he uses it against them." Null seems to agree, saying, "Indeed, I think that might be their only weakness at the moment that I can think of." We see they smirk and go, "I just had such a great idea." As we cut to nighttime to see they plan to use the aphrodisiac against them, making their desires truly shine. As our lucky hero is quite lucky since they're like, "All right, let's test it without the drug first and then with it to see the effects and how much it makes a difference." As she goes to town using her melons without the drug on the mighty rod, smirking. She's there teasing him like, "Listen, Oni-chan Lucy will pamper you real good. I heard from Noel-sama that you are younger than us. You know I'm 1804 years old." We see the guy is like, "Damn, those melons of yours sure are heavy." Not caring that she's 1804 years old, but let's be honest, who would care about age? She looks smoking hot at that age, and I'm sure in elf years that's like, what, 20? So works out, right? If I had a hot elf girl like Lucy using those heavy massive melons like this, serving the rod, I wouldn't complain. We see, after a while, they know that it has the same effect, so they decide to try this aphrodisiac, rubbing it against the melons to take effect instead of taking it. We see she's like, We all know it's a possibility that you might end up doing this with the Dark Elves. Ahem. Let's be real, it's definitely gonna happen. Why would he miss the chance to do this to the Dark Elves, who are just as smoking hot as Lucy? As we see, she's justifying spending another night with our mighty hero by being like, we need to make sure it works right, so that's why we're experimenting today. Give me your mighty seed, Messiah, your floral garden essence. We see as she experiments with the rod, he can't last too much longer, releasing his holy floral seed. We see she is determined to taste every drop of the seed to gain his true power, as she's like, hey, no girl could triumph against such a mighty rod. They will surely fail tomorrow when they experience this. The aphrodisiac will just be icing on top to make sure you win. As we see, they cut forward to him standing in front of these three dark elves as they're impressed. Damn, you sure do have a pair on you, mighty hero. We see Delva, the one who seems to be in charge, is just like, sorry for calling you out of nowhere, but I'm Delva, the general of the Dark Elves. We see she blushes and stares at him intently like, sorry, but I want you. I know it's sudden. I desire you and crave you. Yep, sign me up. I'll switch in an instant. Sorry, Lucy-chan and Null-sama, but goddamn, who wouldn't want to be dominated by Mommy Delva? Ahem. We see she then goes on to explain how the Dark Elves are facing a similar problem, almost being on the verge of extinction, as she's like, we need your holy seed to prevent that tragedy from happening. But our hero is already fixated and prefers hot blonde elf girls over the dark elf ones, as he's like, no. But Elda ain't having it, pointing her mighty axe at him, saying, well, hero, we have already said we will take you by force if we need to. But our hero doesn't care, saying, sure, but I'm going back to the elf village. She then throws the axe in the air like it's nothing, going, fine then, let's have a match, oh mighty hero. She's like, you win if you satisfy me enough to make me truly feel it, as she begins to magically make her clothes vanish. God damn, what a lucky guy. Just some random girl he met yesterday, showcasing her melons and dungeon like it's nothing. Smirking, she leans in like, but if your mighty rod can't satisfy me properly, then I'll be taking you away with force. We see she then climbs onto the mighty rod and begins to experiment with it, showcasing she's never experienced this before, and that it's her first time doing this sort of thing, excited and maybe in a bit of pain. But unlike Lucy-chan, she doesn't seem to like it, calling his rod puny and weak and pathetic, but our hero is like, you really shouldn't underestimate me. Elda is a real dominant alpha as she's like, yes, that's right. Let out your puny voice, human, cry out all you want. You're gonna lose this and become our exclusive holy seed tank. She's like, haha, you're enjoying this while being dominated by a mighty woman, human? You're pathetic. Do you enjoy this sort of scenario? You're so cute, mighty hero. She's like, go on, provide your quick shot seed, let it all out, mighty hero. She turns around and is like, hey, did you hear that, misery? This is the holy seed, and did you hear this guy's voice? Haha, it sounded just like a girl's. We see that he can tell he's about to lose, so he decides to use the mighty special power, the aphrodisiac, grabbing the bottle and dropping a bit onto the rod before surprising Elda by going to Pound Town again, as she doesn't seem surprised, letting him try his best to win, taunting him like, have you given up yet? You're gonna be ours, so just give up, will ya? Save us some time. We see he's confused why the power isn't taking effect, but suddenly it hits her as she's like, what the hell did you just do to me? The rod is getting hotter. What is this feeling? We see as he continues using the rod, the power kicks in more and more, making her scream out, no, if you release the holy seed into the dungeon now, I will surely lose all my strength. Don't do it. As we see, she's like, God damn it, this is amazing. Your holy rod is amazing. I can see why the elves love it so much. As we see, he eventually lets out the holy seed again, causing her to lie on the floor defeated like, damn it, I lost to the mighty hero. But Delva ain't having it as she pulls out her swords, going, you pulled a fast one on Elda, didn't you, hero? Answer me, human, what did you do? But he just says, I'm really sorry for this, and throws the bottle onto Delva and Misery as they're shocked at what he just did. Misery the Dark Magician is curious like, what is this weird power? It's all slippery and has a good scent. She licks it a bit as we see Delva is already feeling it like, No, this isn't what it looks like, Misery. As we see, she's in position for the mighty hero to use the rod of his against her this time. He's dealt with one of the three, and now that they are affected by the holy power of his, will he dominate these other two, or will he fail and become their personal holy seed tank for all of eternity?